Entering into the new into this new step rather than a chapter, because you're still in it, you managed to dive and grab the Black King's band. However, afterwards, you also agreed upon getting the phylactery of the Yellow King. After getting back into town and realizing that the vampire on your team isn't exactly a vampire anymore, and then you got a new vampire. But that's neither here or there right now.
Life's complicated.
You were deciding on what to do next, which was heading out. Will can get you there, but right now you're just long resting before the night's end, before the day starts. Some of you decided to take this time to speak with old comrades or speak with old spouses, and some also decided to make pies. Will's currently outside eating he'd be done with his bagel by now. He's just waiting outside, ready until everyone wakes up. After a good few hours, everyone probably manages to get up just fine. Although a little sore here and there, Shadowfell doesn't really do good things for your dreams, but I decided to skip that part because I really didn't want to.
Oh, a dogma.
Yes.
Since I'm able to not sleep, I just have to do light activities for 8 hours. Can I cook breakfast?
For 8 hours?
He has to, like, he's an elf
I'm not
now.
cooking for 8 hours.
No,
He has to meditate.
I get that, but what kind of breakfast are you making for 8 hours?
No, it's not gonna, I'm only gonna do it for the last 2 hours.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Slow roasted pork belly.
I was about to say,
Slow
man,
roasted.
that's gonna get so cold so long ago.
No. Listen, I have nothing special to make. Can I just roll like a cooked utensils or something?
Yeah.
Neato.
Eggs Benedict and or liquidy spit.
Yeah, with 17 you can make just about anything you would consider breakfast. In any culture, I suppose.
Can I fuck up his breakfast making by stealing shit so he has disadvantage?
According to your token, you're outside of the house.
And my token's inside the house.
Did you change characters again?
No, my token's on the table.
He's a little bird thing.
I don't have to sleep.
It's a tiny token.
Oh, I was looking at the big token. My bad. I mean, if you're just a tiny bird, you can't really mess it up. You can annoy her, and she get like a -2.
I can steal shit.
For a tiny bird?
Twice my weight. Twice my size, anyway.
Okay. If you really want to just mess up breakfast.
Yeah.
Raziel, go ahead and roll cooking utensils again.
If he's messing up my stuff, I'm throwing his ass outside. There's a convenient door right there I can use.
Yeah. Did you roll? I didn't see anything.
Look, it's still the 17.
The point still stands. I guess you just steal an apple and think that's gonna ruin everyone's breakfast. It sounds weird when I say it, but you know.
That apple had nothing to do with breakfast.
But after a good while, you all manage to get back inside. The bird, well, I don't know if the bird decides to follow. Because quite honestly, based on the amount of information you have on your character sheet, I'm just going to drag everyone else back inside. Oops, that's the wrong account. Come on, there we go.
I've gotten any information last night, by the way.
From which acting member?
Celeste with Saren.
Yes. It would have been some time, but after a while you did get information about the Yellow King. They deal primarily with spiritual magic and anything of the like. While they are considered a warlock, they are also far beyond what you can comprehend as a warlock. They deal with life and the way life is bred and created. Not death and life, but something much more, something far more creative. Your best bet is to deal with them, if you decide to deal with them, because they are a threat unto themselves. Oops, she's on the tip. Is to negotiate. They aren't exactly unwilling to hear someone out if they can prove themselves. But if they're not able to, then they really do not value another being. The only thing that they would value is what they decide that's theirs. And that's all they would have for you.
And while we're all enjoying this wonderful breakfast that alive Caitlin has made for us, what do we all know about the Yellow King and or where the hell we are going to get them?
Guess
All I know is that they came to Nurture.
Celeste will turn to Ramon and simply just ask the main threat is before she answers with her information.
Right now, the main threat is the one known as the Elusive Man. How to get to him, we need the Band of the Yellow King. How you get it is up to you, but right now we also have to deal with them. Based on the information you have provided when you got here, you also need to somehow steal their phylactery. I am not sure how you'll do this without being spotted, but I generally don't know much about them.
Which Celeste will follow up with all the information that she's been told over the night.
Alright. We'll...
State.
Go ahead.
No, she'll just simply state that she's also on a bit of a confused side. Go ahead with what Will was doing.
Oh, Will was just gonna state, it all seems to track. From what I can gather, they really don't care for anyone other than what they care for, if that makes sense. I have only met them once or twice, but she cares for what she cares for and can care little of others. Unless you make a good point, you generally won't get across her that well. But he does look towards you and goes, "You seem confused about something?"
It's just the simple state of people with that much arcane magic usually have some ties, or at the very least blessings via higher beings. It just seems a bit coincident. I'm not sure what the word is. I guess the best phrase to explain it would be seeing something similar to yourself in a negative light is the best way to phrase it. That's how I should phrase it? I don't know.
I honestly can't tell you what Will would state. Personally, I've only met them twice, maybe a third time, but I'm not exactly sure. When I met them, they weren't exactly spiritual. They didn't have some sort of blessing, but if they did, they didn't tell anyone. They keep their secrets and they keep to themselves. If they do gain knowledge, they keep it upon themselves or whoever they trust well enough. If it's something that you feel close to you or the opposite of you, then just try to learn from it, but do not be corrupted by it. But at any rate, I did manage to find the city that they are currently residing in. Currently there's a small merchant festival in the area, which should be enough to help you blend in. But that being said, if it is in the city that they live or a city they're familiar with, you might not exactly blend so well. If you're all ready to
What
go, go ahead.
What do we know of this city?
Which is
There is a festival going on?
merchant festival. Basically, merchants come from town to town, come in, sell their wares. It's a small venue thing. Sometimes they have games, other times they have small little tricks they can teach you, and other times they trick people out of their money. It's a small little thing, nothing too grand, but I really don't know why they're there. I don't really know much about the city other than the fact that its current name is Yule. In the past it went by another name, but I do not know if it's relevant. Beyond that, I can tell you little to nothing else. It is a small farming village.
Should we pose as traders?
When I teleport you there, I can't exactly pinpoint you accurately. You can either be on the outskirts of the city or inside of a building.
Could you transport us with a cart?
I suppose I could. But that'd be strange if you teleport in on top of a roof with the cart.
It'd be strange if we teleported onto a roof regardless.
Fair enough. Ramon then states, right, on that topic, if you're all ready to go, I suggest half the team split. It seems that we can just split between the table. And I'm just gonna move Ralta. Alfred, wrong account again. Over here. We can just split between the table. I can have one team assigned to this mission and another in another. But beyond this, once you're ready,
you
go
have two
ahead.
missions?
There's something about a ruin I need to investigate. I'm sending in Mixie and her team to investigate.
Okay, fair enough. So we are transporting into Merchant Festival, have to find Phylactery, have no plan, and we have to blend in looking like us.
Yes. Well then states, unless you have some sort of disguise magic, then I suppose so.
We have an hour of blending it, but we don't even know what these people are dressed like or whatever.
They should be dressed like you or me or anyone else that goes to a market. I don't know how you dress going to a market. Do you wear battle-worn armor? Do you adorn nice fancy clothes?
I don't know, what do you wear to a market? I've never been to a market before, nor do I know what market's even like, really.
He just points to his clothes. Well, I wear this.
In the city you have to wear a badge or they really try to charge you more than it should be.
That would be in Haven, yes.
You have to wear a badge, otherwise people charge you more?
It's not greatest.
Ramon
But
would,
it's going to get a lot worse if we don't do this whole thing.
Ramon would state, that would make sense if you were going to Haven, but right now, no one's going to Haven right now. We're heading to an outskirt village that somehow is surviving. Your badges would probably do nothing unless you want to fake authority figures there.
No, this is what I mean. Like, I don't usually know what to wear to markets. Badge was only, I think.
A cloak. He looks at Caitlin. Armor, I suppose. Well.
Alright, fair enough. We'll be the kind of merchants that buy things instead of merchants that sell things. Or just people who buy things. Sounds good.
Well then states, it really doesn't matter. But at any rate, I'm about to teleport you now. as you all get teleported. As Caitlin is probably holding onto a pie.
Celeste just turns to Caitlin as they come back and just go, Raziel, do you prefer to be called Raziel or Caitlin? I'm not sure exactly why people are calling you Caitlin, but I don't want to insult. Just seems like most people call you Caitlin, but you're calling yourself Raziel, or
You can call me whatever you want.
he just sticks 2 thumbs up.
Okay, Razzie, welcome back to real life.
As you teleport in. As you teleport in, you see that you clearly were teleported inside of a building. The magic circle underneath you is beginning to fade away. And as that happens, your bird friend...
Nice effect.
heads over to a small pouch bag. The bone individual looks towards the group and states, "Hey, don't touch things! Unless you're buying! Also, how'd you get in here?"
Okay, listen, I don't think a bone person is too unfamiliar with the idea of magic.
No, but... he just jumps over the counter. No, but...
Celeste immediately darts over and is just like, whoa, are you skeleton? Is that real? Did I poke you? How are you moving? How are you talking? Do you have a tongue? Just general curiosity.
You can tell he's kind of ignoring you. And mainly to the group. No, I mean the building. Why'd you teleport inside? The festival's outside.
But clearly this is the most reputable purveyor of what kind of goods has he got there?
You can see he has a random assortment of herbs, mushrooms, potions, brown bags of quantities, spices, and for some reason strange toys in the south quadrant.
Herbal remedies and knickknacks in the whole of the town. And so we decided to visit here first?
He just gets closer to Teal. I'm sure. She just pushes his face back too close. Alright, that's fair. He just jumps back over. So, if you're looking to buy, go ahead and shop around. That's not an incense holder. That is actual fire if you're still touching it.
Still poking it.
Alright. I'm just gonna roll a d6. As you poke it with your finger, it turns green. Yeah, you don't want to touch that. It's chameleon fire. Either it'll hurt you, or change your skin tone, or do a whole random assortment of things. Still testing it.
Can I make a, survival medicine, something like that, to determine, what's useful about these particular assortment of herbal remedies?
Are you a cleric?
Yes, I am.
Then you can roll nature.
Curse you. Middle of the road.
You can tell they can be used for various potions, healing, remedies. Some of them might have some properties that enhance your abilities for a few seconds. Out of game, in game, it's like 2 turns to 1 turn. It all really depends on what you ask him for. The toys, they just seem like toys. You have no real understanding of their natural value. The area to your back seems to be spices and stuff like that.
Do.
At this point, I'm assuming you're done with the pie.
What pie?
No.
So we've all eaten our breakfast pie.
Can
the-
I roll an Arcana to try and sort of do a general rundown of things in the shop?
I mean, you can if Byrol doesn't tell you.
All sorts of herbal remedies and various the status boosting effects that range from time to time. Am I right, my skeletal friend?
That seems about right. Celeste, you get about the general gist of the same things Byrol did.
Do you have anything, perhaps that could make us, I don't know, more charming? You know, get some better deals. You know, not here, of course, but it's a big festival, huh?
Raz then looks at you and goes, "Oh, that's what you want. Bargains.
No.
I don't have anything here that's bargainable, but I can sell you items that will help your charisma." He just picks up one of these toys. This here will enhance your charisma for one time only. It'll
And
give
how
you a
long does
plus
that
one
last?
once.
And it just like doesn't wear off? Yeah, I'll buy a bunch.
Oh no. You use it and then it's gone.
And how long am I going to be charismatic after it's gone?
Once. Like out of game, like once. You roll deception, performance. What's the other?
Okay.
charisma?
You're charming
Can
for
I-
like one sentence. Okay.
Yeah.
I roll a persuasion to ask if I'm allowed to hold it and look at it.
Just
I
don't
doubt
use
he's just.
it. He just hands it over.
Okay.
If you
General
use it,
just
it's 15 gold.
She's just doing a general run over of like trying to find where the magic's coming from, like if it's the item itself or if it's runes, and just getting a general layout of what kind of magic he's tied to.
Roll insight.
Ah, yes, something I'm good at.
It doesn't feel magical. I mean, it does have a pleasant scent inside of it, but it doesn't feel magical. Birds.
Just kind of,
Go ahead.
just kind of raises her eyebrow and is just generally like confused.
Can I do what? You said nature last time?
Sure.
Or medicine?
No, it's still nature. Also, does the bird
Meh.
just leave the building?
I'm poking her head out.
You get a general vision of the area. It's actually quite lively outside. People are talking, perusing. Tiefling woman with prismatic horns is talking with someone. A woman with a golden fleece coat is talking to another. A man with blue hair is talking to her as well. It seems lively here. Baroth, you can also tell that this thing is just super adorable.
Yeah, I'll take 3. I was gonna haggle, but I rolled too low. I'm convinced these things are amazing. They're going to work great. I trust this ossified man beyond all doubt.
Are these supposed to be magic? She's just kind of tapping on it.
I don't deal with magic, says the talking skeleton man. I deal with nature. These are biological life forms. Technically, they're mixed in with herbs, remedies, and the like. The pleasant smell that emits from them while you squeeze it allows the person that's smelling it to become docile for a quick second. But the effects wear off quite quickly. If they
Oh, so
didn't,
it's like a charming.
yes, if they didn't completely lose effect after the quick second, it'd technically be considered a drug and I'd go to jail.
Wait, do you have a lifespan?
Jail's still jail. Also, he just looks towards the bird person. I'm not sure if you vocalized that out loud. Technically, I
Oh,
heal
she
plants.
shouts that.
Raz does say, technically I do. Plants are living creatures, or at least organisms. I don't kill,
Wait, you're-
moving sentient things.
Are plants sentient?
I'm just going to shout, plants move.
Depends on where you go. Feyweld and all that. So, you wanted 3 of them? That'll be 45 gold.
Yeah, I rolled too low to haggle.
I can only
I paid
sell
him in.
3 to any person, by the way. City ordinance and all that. Plus, any more, and you'd technically be holding poison.
Use them all at once, you say? Interesting.
Now, then you just kill someone that's normal.
I can talk to plants, but I can't understand them. It's tricky.
Yeah, it's like knowing how to speak a language, but you have no idea.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they hear me. In any case, Raz the skeleton, not Raz our new companion that was our old companion. It was wonderful meeting you, ossified bone man. And we totally fit in here. Have a good day!
Stop teleporting inside buildings! Who does that?
Stop berating paying customers.
You bought 3 things as you head out.
45 gold. That's like a shitload of money, isn't it?
It is.
Fucking bone man. Not give me any respect.
He also teleported inside of his house. Slash building.
And then didn't haggle him down at all. We were very polite about it.
Alright, let me change the tone. Because you're not really in a dire situation. This is more... Yeah, this is more of where you're at.
Straight up in Christmas Town. Ooh, except... Yeah. I was looking around a bit, I was like, is this quarantine Christmas Town? Is this what's all... Is this what's become of us?
Looking around, you see a mishmash of people here and there. Some people are buying shirts, other people are buying pumpkins. Some people are buying herbs, medicines, potions. Some people are just picking their nose, taking care of children. Someone's just starting a fire in the far northwest section.
It looks just the dirtiest fire. They're burning tires and we don't even have rubber in this dimension yet.
However, 3 of you, primarily, know what the Yellow King looks like. And right as you leave the building, they're right there.
Dude.
Just Celeste is completely bewildered and she's just looking around like a child that's just experienced something completely new.
That's fair. But people seem to be having a good time. You expected more people here and there, but honestly, I didn't want to overburden the map.
Just to clarify, who knows what the Yellow King looks like? I mean, I know I don't.
You do.
You do,
Oh, I do. Great. Wonderful.
You, Rauta, and
Caitlin.
Caitlin / Raziel would know what she looks like. Because you fought her
Alright,
before
we
and
gotta...
lost.
Oh yeah, she kicked the... Mhm. Well, you were making a big thing about it then, that we couldn't even see if it was a he or she. However,
You can discern
we
by
have
the
to roll
clothes that
percent-
it's a he or a she. But it's still, the person still looks the same.
we just clearly see her?
Yes. Same baggy
Everyone.
clothing, face mask, headscarf, long hair, but the haircut can be either male or female.
Okay, everyone act cool. But who is still near me? Did everyone?
Well,
Celeste is still there.
Yes,
Celeste and
Celeste. Okay.
Rasta,
Well, you
Steel.
see the lady dressed all in gold and yellow. Turns out that's who we're looking for. Kind of got our butt kicked last time we confronted one of them.
I probably shouldn't have said that. Assistant goes, okay, why don't we just talk to her there and just start going towards her?
This is a different. Okay.
roll sleight of hand. Go ahead. You steal a hammer.
Barath is going to use his daily Fearbog thing to appear not like himself. He's just going to pick a random bystander as far away from him as he can see and look like them. And that'll last for an hour.
Okay. Copy and paste. This is the farthest away bystander you can see.
Because we're doing this sneakily, right? Or
I'm just kind of panicking because last time we fought this woman, she kicked the shit out of us.
I also think you were
And
level 8.
But I just don't want it to be like, oh, it's you guys, immediate fight. Like, if Celeste wants to talk a bit, she's a new entity that isn't immediately hostile. So I don't want to be like, oh, there's this big hulking guy, remember you fought him?
Byralth should have controlled the bird.
huh?
Assume control of the bird, I got it.
Well, different bird.
Yeah, just a completely normal, bird person.
But Celeste, you walk up to the Yellow King. Currently a man with, I suppose it's golden crystal hair, is speaking with her. She turns around, and then they note, yes, can I help you with something?
Yeah, she's looking back towards the party, she's just noticing there's no one there, she's just,
A random
you-
owl person gives you a thumbs up.
are you the Yellow King by chance? By the way, Celeste hasn't changed her symbol, still on full view and everything, so... Just to clarify.
Okay,
She's just straight up asking if this is the Yellow King.
oh, you must be new in town. Yes, welcome to my city. Is there something I can help you with?
Actually, I wanted to talk with you. My compatriots don't seem to... It's fine, I just want to talk with you, though.
Alright. She looks towards her companion. Can you give us a minute, then? Sure, I suppose. You just hear in the distance, Frank, I told you last time, stop making fires in the middle of the city. And that continues, unless you want to pay attention to it. Is there something I can help you with? She says to Celeste.
Well, I heard from sources that you deal with, spiritual magic, like powerful magics and stuff like that. Am I correct?
Yes, shamanistic magic and the sort.
And immediately she's just like, sort of like an excitable child, and she's just like, how'd you do it? What are you connected to? Like, where did you learn this kind of thing? What kind of things can you use? Like, she's genuinely just bombarding her with questions.
Well, I'm connected to various things, but the main thing I am connected to is my benefactor. They provided me with this body, and I provide them with new skills and abilities. Let's see here. The way I can do this is if you... The way you can do this is if you merge with the entity itself as well, but it might cost you your very humanity. I wouldn't suggest you do it unless you're willing to give up everything. And I quite honestly forgot the rest of the questions.
Who's your benefactor? She's like tilting her head, confused.
I'm afraid I can't really tell you that.
Is it like a deity or is it like a patron sort of thing?
It's like a patron sort of thing.
Oh, so yeah, warlock sort of thing.
Yes, more or less.
She just starts like inspecting her, trying to see if she can like pick up any sort of common magical items that would be sort of by the day on her. She's just like, well, I'm kind of different, but you sort of have quite a close connection. I've heard that you're more powerful than the warlock is.
Yes.
By a base.
A warlock can do so much, but if you diverge your abilities, you can change what you can do. Even go beyond what the limitations of your benefactor would give you.
Said you had to give up your humanity. Why did you have to give that up for such a power? I mean, you're still human, right? I think you're still human. You still look human, though.
This body's human, yes, but my spirit is not. At least not anymore. It can jump from body to body. Right now, I'm in possession of a female body.
You can soul jump? How is that possible? Do you have to have empty husks waiting for you, or can you just jump from person to person?
It's like the whole... Well, I don't know how you fare with elves, if you've ever been to the Great Forest City, but elves from time to time must die, but they are more or less revived. I don't really need a corpse, but I could jerry-rig something to do that, I suppose. Otherwise, I'd just be reborn into the world quite quickly.
So it's more of a rebirth thing than your soul hops from person to person sort of thing.
Yes, I can hop from person to person now. That's not the exact ability my provider gave me.
Oh, is it like a phoenix? I think that's what a phoenix does, right? Big firebird that rebirths if they get killed, right?
I suppose it could be considered like this, yes. As you're speaking, this man just comes over. Hey boss, the fireworks are getting started. Are you ready to go? Alright. Just give me like another few minutes. Alright, thank you, Thomas. You got it. Sorry about that, you were saying.
This is kind of rude, and I've been taught to do better, but she kind of just extends her wings out a bit. It's just like, would you mind at least like showing me a bit of your magic? I like learning about magic a lot. I like learning from different people. I've kind of been stuck in the same routine of like clerical and sorcerer magic, that sort of thing. It'd be nice to learn something from warlocks for once.
It's trickier with warlocks. Unless you attune, connect, all I can really provide you is maybe a spell or two.
A spell or two? Well, I'm mostly just learning to learn about them instead of, learning the magic, but more curious about how different magics work instead of, like, trying to go into things I'm not probably the best at, that sort of thing.
Oh, right. Well, warlocks get their abilities and the like from patrons, but she basically gives you the rundown of what warlocks can do, like pretty standard book stuff. She doesn't go into what she can do, what she's been provided. You can clearly tell she's going around those situations.
Can I, perchance, roll a persuasion with, like, Celeste whenever she's, like, avoiding the question to try and poke at it a bit more to try and see if you can get any information out of it? The general, like, trying to figure out what kind of Patreon she has if she's so, like, not okay with telling it.
That'd be more insight than persuasion. Sure, go ahead and try to roll persuasion.
Sort of like asking the right question sort of thing to try and get some more information specifically out of her surrounding herself, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Getting bits of information here and there, you do discern not the exact patron, but you can tell that they're not a good person. But the way she describes her current benefactor, it is someone that has control of life and death, has dealings with information of life and death, is not exactly neutral. Well, they are neutral, but it's not exactly a good person. They're willing to kill, willing to sacrifice, as long as it benefits them. But even with a 30, that is extremely hard to get. You can tell that they belong to, not an exact name, but you can tell that they belong to maybe an occult of some sort. The general cults that you may or may not be familiar with are those dealing with Tiamat, those dealing with, what's his name? The undead Lich King, whose name is completely... Vecna. That's it. Let's see, who else? The Elder Brain. That's pretty much what you can get with a 30, and with those names, you could maybe discern that it's one of them.
Yeah, most of her time spent, but like as soon as it gets to the point where the other king has to kind of leave, Celeste is going to be like, one more thing. I don't know if you know who the Celeste, Elusive Man is by any chance, right?
Well, I can tell you all about him. Please go to this building right after the celebration. Right after the fireworks. She hands you a piece of paper, and then Tom comes back. Sorry to bother you. No, it's quite alright. It is my duty after all. She does wave goodbye to you.
Yeah, while she's distracted with Thomas for a second, do I see the armband on her?
You do.
Whereabouts is it?
What was that?
Whereabouts is it on her?
Oh, you can see it's right underneath her sleeve. Her sleeve is long, but you can tell it's there, based on the groove of the area.
Okay, then Celeste just waves goodbye and goes back over to the group with a happy face on.
Alright. Let's just skip over to where Raziel is.
I was gonna say, can I tail Thomas for a bit? Now that I'm incognito and have advantage on stealth, thanks to, or not advantage, but proficiency, thanks to dead Caitlin. Not alive.
Sure. You see that they go towards the destination you saw the bird person you copied go to?
Oh, look at me, I'm looking at shops. Shops.
You see the bird person just points you out. But then you hear, she doesn't be quiet about it. Oh, it's perfectly fine. I'm sure they want to explore and look around. If I had to guess, they're shopping around for a mistress or some sort and don't want to get caught. If you say so, boss. It's usually what some people do. Just don't heed any mind, but if they do get into trouble, I'll make sure they pay for any crimes they do. Alright then. Thomas, thank you for bringing me by. Sorry about that. It's no problem. I'm just glad you're having fun. Who was that, by the way? Someone in Newton Town. Just gonna speak with them after the celebration's done. Alright. Well, beyond that, the powders are set. Raz managed to give us a whole bunch of them. Thankfully enough. Oh, what about the toys? I'm afraid he could only sell us 3, but... Oh, that's perfectly fine. We can give them to the orphans afterwards. After the night falls and they have to go back to the village. Right. Beyond that, is everything ready to go? Right. The woman in the middle then states, just about everything. Are the lights ready to go off in the explosion, you think? The woman to her left then states, yes, right now we have pixie fires just set up in the area. It won't hurt, and thankfully enough, it'll shine just as brightly as the fireworks. The Yellow King then states, alright then, that should be just about everything. We'll give the countdown in about a minute. Then they just have small pleasant talk. You can listen in, but it's quite literally just pleasant talking.
I mean, if the deception is in any need of a bolster, I'll hit on some random person, hopefully unsuccessfully.
Roll persuasion.
Oh yeah, I'm terrible at this. Come on, failure. Oh, that's perception, not persuasion. Oh.
They seem interested, but you can tell that they have a ring on their finger.
It's because of my good perception. I
want-
chose the right target.
If you want to ruin a marriage, go for it.
No, this isn't even the real me. They're into bird people. I'm a tall, hairy elf man.
Clearly, the Yellow King was right.
Is she trace?
Razia, what are you doing at the weapons shop?
Looking at the weapons.
Honestly, there's really plain, mundane weapons. The best you can find here are +2 blades. They deal with longbows, short bows, daggers, longswords, broadswords, bastard swords, spears, lances, and for some reason, shurikens.
Throwing darts or so last year.
But as you're standing there, the merchant comes over after speaking with someone. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Is there something I can help you with? She looks at your armor. Can you speak? You're muted, by the way.
Just points at one of the longbows.
Oh, that, well, it's fairly nice. It's a +1 longsword. Are you looking into the market for one?
Nuts.
Alright. She's looking confused. But beyond that, we do have ornamental pieces as well. If you're looking for a gift for, maybe a high noble, a friend, a significant other.
Nuts.
Now confused. Then is there anything else I can help you with? You don't really seem like you're from here. Well, technically neither am I. But I have been in town from time to time.
Out of character, if you want Byroth to get you deals, just say so. I'll be over there so fast.
Oh, she picks up the... Is the ornamental sword like there?
One of the ornamental swords are in a case, but you can easily pick up the case. They're in separate cases.
She picks up one of the cases.
Alright, picking up one of the cases and opening it, you can tell that there's an ornamental blue sword. It seems to be crashing waves surrounded by a strange ember light. Oh, the Sunblade. Well, the Sunset Blade. Excellent choice. It's quite beautiful. The artisan had crafted it quite some time ago, but there is no wear and tear. It is a +2 blade that gives you a swimming speed of 30, but hardly anyone would ever use that thing. It is quite beautiful, though. I'm sure someone would treasure it.
She looks at the blade and just holds a pouch out in her hand. And just gestures to the blade.
Well, if you're looking to pay for it, it is 100 gold.
She'll give her 100 gold.
Well,
she'll give her 10 platinum.
Yeah. Okay. You give her 10 platinum. Goes, oh, excellent. Would you like a gift wrapped? Unless it's not for another.
Nods. Puts down the blade.
She begins to gift wrap and start polite conversation.
I guess with herself then.
Yeah, you really don't.
Unless you get as a nod, a head shake, or a point.
Yeah. Honestly, the things that she has here are blades that give you like small things here and there. They'll give you swimming speed. They'll give you underwater breath holding. You can walk on water with one of them for like 3 rounds. You can walk in air for 3 rounds with another blade.
Sorry.
After that, it's just a +1 blade, a +2 blade, for various assortments.
I want to buy 3 more of these gifts.
The same type of blade or a different one? I'm afraid that is the only sunset blade we have.
Well, she's not going to say she's going to want to buy 3 more. She's going to pick up different ones in different cases.
Alright.
Just pick up 3 different cases.
Alright.
Of different looking weapons. One of them is going to be a dagger.
Alright, let me look at my list. You pick up the Whispering Wind. It's a standard +1 dagger that increases your speed by a +5. And the other weapon? I didn't hear anything, so I'm going to assume dealer's choice. You pick up a bastard sword about the size of half of you. It's basically the equivalent of a broadsword. Let's see here. I forgot I called it that. With the effect known as Polite Smash. In the first time you attack with this thing, it makes no sound. However, afterwards, the effect wears off from the blade entirely. She does state that the dagger costs 80 and the bastard sword costs 100.
Give her 2. Give her 20 platinum.
Okay. They're still beautiful weapons, but they're fairly awkward. On that note, though, someone is apparently scrambling around in boxes. I don't know where you're currently at in the map.
Top right corner.
Oh, okay. Scrambling around in these boxes, you can tell that...
No. Oh, 27 would be my stealth.
Okay. People seem to be busy anyway, so that would have given you advantage, regardless. Looking around in the boxes...
that wasn't with advantage, that was just normal.
Then that'd be 18.
No. Reliable talent.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets a 10 plus whatever he rolls.
Looking around in this area, you currently see pots, pans, ceramics. Let's see, the 4 boxes to the right. Inside one of the boxes, you do find a strange dragon-like jewel-encrusted pot. It seems strange, but it does look shiny. Beyond that, you do see on the other one a jade porcelain bowl. It doesn't seem to be shiny, it's actually rather dull. It does seem to be made out of some sort of jewels, or a jewel, but it's pretty dull looking. The one to the left of that, to the right of that one seems to be a strange, it almost kind of resembles an eye, ceramic sphere.
Wait, sorry, was that stealth or investigation?
It's stealth.
Oh, cool.
The boxes aren't latched heavily. They're selling this stuff, so they don't need to be.
Oh, she's sneaking around in actual people's wares.
Yeah. Let's see, the ceramic eye, and the one on top right seems to be a strange, almost bird-like ceramic thing. It also seems to have a small water cup. Not filled.
What sort of sizes are they?
The ceramic eye can fit in the palm of your hand. The dragon bowl can fit. It was about the size of your head, a standard humanoid's head. Let's see here. The jade bowl will also be about the size of a humanoid's head. And the strange waterbird thing is about the size of your palm as well.
Then I shall take a look around me to see if anyone's nearby,
Celeste was, but then she left.
which is a 24.
You also see the woman here in the corner, just looking around. She might be guarding the area to make sure no thieves are around. But beyond that, no one else is really looking.
Are they looking in my direction? The
From
guard?
here and there, they don't seem to be, like, minding you.
Then I will take the smallest, which I think you said was the eye thing, and I'm popping that into my bag of holding.
You put it into your bag. A split second later, she looks around and then continues to look around.
A 22 bonus.
And then I'm going to lay down on the back of this cart.
Yeah, okay. Relta, what are you doing?
Probably just chatting with Teal about how we're gonna get this stuff done.
Well, it looks like your friends kind of got distracted in the market. It did seem like Celeste got some sort of note from her, though. Should we investigate that, or just wait until the festival's over?
Sure, let's go investigate.
I did say that I told everyone, at least who was here, what I heard. So they're planning some sort of explosion thing, maybe around the time of the fireworks.
I think you misheard then.
Okay, then I did.
It's like, how should I explain this? Do you know those poppers that you pull a string and they pop?
Yep.
It's like that, but with the lights surrounding the city. It's not deadly, it's just more festive.
Oh, I thought they were trying to disguise some sort of a...
I mean, they might be.
That's nice.
Do you have thieves' cant or something like that?
No. I am the
Um,
cleric.
Then, based on their language, that's all you would know. Even
Alright.
if you had thieves' cant, that could have quite literally been their, not voices, their conversation.
They were just excited for some dope fireworks. Alright.
But Teal would then state, then should we go to Celeste? She still has the note.
Yeah. Did we see where she went?
I mean, she went over here.
Yes,
She goes
yes.
up north.
I followed. Sorry, I was trying to scroll up.
It's fine.
Samesies.
I just
And
zoomed
you let me
out.
know that. You zoomed out to me.
Mhm.
And you let me know when an hour has gone by in order for it to
Like-
regulars.
In world, it's been 45 minutes.
Well, someone's in for a shock in 15.
Mhm.
But then you hear a voice in the area as you get to Celeste. It's not demonic, it's not angelic, it's kind of like a frustrated woman trying to be chipper, even though it's an exhausting day. Welcome, one and all, to the Grand Festival. I thank those that came here into town. I thank those that have yet to arrive. This is a week-long festival. For those that have arrived early, I thank you nonetheless. You can hear a sigh, indicating that this is likely the first or second day, and it's only going to get worse from here. Without further ado, we will now commence the celebration of lights on the second day. Sorry, this is the second day. Please enjoy and have a merry festival. Let's see, it would be shining lights in death.
You know, that classic Christmas.
It's supposed to be beautiful and somber like, but I'm not sure if I got it. Doesn't matter.
That's the spirit of capitalism, alright. Take it.
You see lights shining about you as if someone's casting prismatic ray or some sort of dancing lights. They shine into the air and they begin to sparkle and dance, and then they explode. After the first initial explosion, you see the lights surrounding the city begin to light and glow as if someone's casting light upon them. Which is ironic because they're also lights. As more and more begin to explode, one light and then another begin to explode around you. It is not a panic, but more of a celebration. People begin to surround the area, begin to enjoy themselves. You can tell that these people in the area don't really get to celebrate that much. This isn't exactly one of the safest cities in the area, or in the very continent itself. Okay. You see some children and some other adults trying to catch the lights as they fall down to the ground. You see some of them trying to join in and help out with the festivities, but they don't really seem to have true magic here. The main source of light seems to be on the other side of a moving cart on the other side of the streets. A caster there seems to be surrounding and shooting out what appear to be bags of some sort of powder and begins to shine a light upon them. You see someone else casting some sort of other spell and shoots the bag into the air. They explode with a thunderous clap. And then one after another begins to shine, and then rain down on the floor. After a quick second, the surrounding area becomes pitch black, and underneath your feet you see a prismatic color array. The ground itself becomes almost like a dance floor. People are cheering, people are clapping, and after a quick second, the darkness fades away, and then you see the sunset as it was getting down to that time re-emerge, and the ground itself come back to the teal, plain color it once was before.
And the crowd goes wild.
The crowd has already been going wild. But then the celebration of standard commences again. People begin to shop, and then people begin to move once more.
Okay, where were we supposed to meet this Yellow King? Should we gather everyone? Said after the celebration, right?
Celeste, you know that is true, but did you tell them what's written in the note, and did you look at the note?
Oh, I haven't told them anything yet.
Hello,
I've
it's
been
me,
looking around the
Byron. I'm
market.
still a bird person.
I've been darting around the market looking around for items and stuff like that of magical interest.
The blades where Raziel currently are seem to have some magic to them. For some reason, a shirt here and there at the clothes shop had some sort of magic attuned to them. There was something over here at the pottery shop, but that's no longer visible. But you all meet up back to where the person's starting the fire. Before you get there, however, this blue individual leaves.
So, did anyone find out anything useful?
So this is simply just, but she's just like, oh yeah, I asked her a bunch of questions about her magic and stuff. She seems like a nice lady. Very interesting.
And that's all? You didn't ask her what she was doing, where she was going to be later?
Teal would state, no offense, but I did see the note she passed you. It's not like she was being secretive about it.
Huh? I wasn't being secretive about it.
Not
She
you.
just opens it. Oh. She just opens the note and she's just like, yeah, she was gonna talk with me about her magic as well, along with situation with the elusive man. She just tries to look around and see what building it was because she's like, oh yeah, those are fireworks, I should probably go up and meet up with her.
Inside the note, you see a arrow just pointing you to a direction. You can tell it's magical. At this point, however, Byrol 3 appears.
Celeste will just start following the arrow.
Alright, you take a few turns here and there, and you are able to get there, but the arrow moves just the same. Do you pick up your bird friend in the potting area?
I don't technically know who's there.
You do, you were there when they were scrummaging around, but you didn't notice them stealing anything or lying down. They could still be there, you can check, up to you. Or you can just believe that they're roaming around the city still.
I mean, with my 10 passive perception, the fact that Celeste was just looking around at everything, it's just a case of just leave her to do her own bidding.
Okay. Yeah, Teal's pretty up front with things, so she goes, whoever I came here with, we're going!
You don't have to shout, I'm right here.
Wasn't for you.
She points at another sword.
That is a
Maybe
simple
both.
plus
What is
one
Byron's
blade.
professional opinion of these swords? Is he overpaying?
In fact, he's underpaying.
Okay, this is actually a really good deal. I don't know what your finances are like, but festival thumbs up.
Alright. Looking at the blade you pointed out, I'm afraid that one's just a standard +1 blade. It'll make a great weapon for someone that's training or someone that's new. In fact, it's rather strong for someone like that. It can help them survive the area wherever they're going.
Picks it up.
Can I just stand beside Raz and or Caitlin and be like, does it look like we need +1 blade?
Shrug.
No, not to you, but I mean, your weapons. Do you have anything, on par with this sort of defensive wear?
I'm afraid I don't. I deal with collector's items and mass-produce equipment for combat, which is why my prices are so low. Either they don't sell well and I get them for cheap, and then I resell them, or if they've been used in combat and have no real other place to go.
You found the outlet mall of weapons. It's very convenient, but I'm done.
Alright. Once again, once Teal and Celeste get in practically the other side of the city, you hear he'll state again, "Whoever I came here with, we're going!" But further away.
Essentially, I'm buying every weapon she has here.
You would not be able to do that because she would not arm a person to the teeth. She would sell you 5 blades,
I walk Zeph armed to the teeth.
but she can't sell people items of that quantity. She's not
Then I will
allowed
buy
to.
2 more weapons.
Do you want specialty weapons or you just want standard weapons?
Specialty weapons.
Alright, you get the rapier of water walking, which is a standard.
Why do
plus
I
one.
feel like you're just gonna make an undead army?
Possibly, I'm not sure. And you get the, let's see here, what would be a good underwater weapon?
Trident.
The Trident of Water Breathing. Those are both 100 gold each. After
Sure,
that,
more platinum.
she states, "I'm afraid I can't sell you anymore, otherwise I'd get fined or imprisoned by the city."
The last 2 items weren't cheating. She didn't get on Great Threat.
Okay.
What does this dagger do? The speed.
The stagger speed increases your speed by a +5. It's also a +1 weapon.
Just how do I get the +5 speed?
Just put +5 to your speed.
No, like, do I have to have it in my hand, in my pocket?
You'll have to be using it.
Okay.
Achievement thing.
Surprisingly enough, that one is an attunement, but the breathing, water walking, I'm not sure if you got the air step one.
No.
Okay. Those ones are attunement.
I have the Bastard Sword, the Sunset Sword, the Speed Dagger, the Rapier of Water Walking, and the Trident of Water Breathing.
Okay. The Bastard Sword wouldn't be an attunement because it's one and done. Alright, everyone's heading where Celeste is, except maybe the bird person? You did hear the screaming.
I have met Tile probably once. I do not know their voice.
She has spoken multiple times. If you want to say you don't know her voice, that's perfectly fine.
I have met them for the first time. I probably don't even understand what they mean by their sentence. So, I am happy here.
Alright. As you say that, you do see a dead bird. It's a chick.
Pokes it.
Well, it's not alive. As you head towards the building, well, most of you. Let's see here. I believe unfamiliar arrogance, unless that's the fighting one. Yeah, that'll work. As you enter towards the building, you can see that it's a massive structure. It seems to have one door, one window, and pretty much nothing else. Do you enter inside? That is where the marker is indicating where to go.
I knock on the door first.
Alright, it's... Go ahead.
No, never mind. I was gonna ask if we had like a plan or something that we were gonna try to do, but I think we are just gonna go with it.
I am honestly... I believe that's what the plan is.
What are we going with now?
I mean, Celeste is just here to talk with the Yellow King about magic and the elusive man. She doesn't suspect foul play. Sees her as a genuine, interesting woman.
I mean, she is, but that's not the point.
I just knock on the door and see if anyone answers before I go in.
You would hear the woman that you've met before simply state, "It is open, you can enter inside."
And Celeste will happily enter. Like, she will be the first one to go in if everyone else is, like, hesitating.
No, it's not that Razzle's hesitating. You guys are just in the way of the door.
You enter inside. The Yellow King then states, "Oh, you brought friends. Well, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, sorry, they seem suddenly interested.
I would imagine so. I mean, you did come here with them. More than likely
Also-
for this." She then pulls out the wristband from her pocket. Surprised you didn't try to take the one on my sleeve, though. She removes that one.
Why would I do that? She tilts her head. Stealing's bad.
She lightly chuckles and then states, "Well, that is true. That doesn't mean that stops people." So then, what exactly are you here in my city for?
I mean, you just said it was the armband.
Yes, but I'd like to give you the benefit of the doubt. Or you could lie to me, and that's perfectly fine.
Well, I'm here for that, and
Razio points to the Yellow King herself, not the armband. Doesn't say anything, just points.
Ugh, you've gotten so dramatic since you got Heartbeat.
Don't know why everyone seems a bit hostile here. I was being genuine though. I do want to learn about you and your magic, too.
Well, that's pretty
I am
all-
here.
Go ahead.
No, she was just like, I'm not here to be hostile or anything.
I'm sure that's perfectly fine. It does seem that your group is different from the last time we met. After all, didn't just not see you two looking at Byrroth and Relta. And Raziel's armor's the same. Maybe not the under image, but the armor's still the same. And this one last time.
I think Byroth changed his armor at Noche, which is after the Desert Tower, if I'm not incorrect.
No, we met her at Noche.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Chrysis.
some new armor.
Met the Yellow King at Noche.
Relta, you do have new armor, but that's motorcycles. But that's basically saying I have a new shirt. And so I'm a different person now.
I'd love that to be a saying, by the way. Rialta, you've got
New shirt, new
motorcycles. New shirt, but you're still motorcycles.
Relta, you actually do know this person.
Is it the bad person from my village?
Yes.
Air horns, frost.
His name is Frost. That's neither here or there, though. The Yellow King then states, "Well, that's perfectly fine, and I can teach you things. You might not want to get closer, by the way." She points to Raziel. "You would have to come under the employ of myself. So you would have to, I'm afraid, leave your companions, friends, or whatever you consider them."
I don't think I can actually do that.
Well, that's one way of looking at things, but I'm sure you're fine with it.
No, I mean, I physically can't do it. I don't think.
I don't know the circumstances, so I can't really say one way or the other. But I suppose one way or the other you decided to be with them, whether by your own means or another's. So then, other than the armband, why exactly are you here? What is your general purpose in acquiring it?
Celeste looks to the others, just with a general confused face about why they're all seemingly a
Listen,
bit off with her.
we
Thank you.
we want the armband because we want to find the elusive man who, as I'm sure you're aware, is, well, hell-bent on quote-unquote taking over the world. Through an ancient army of undead soldiers. I mean, does that sound great to you? No.
Seems perfectly alright. seems to want what he wants and is aiming to get it. Same reason why you're doing this now, aren't you? Raziel, looking at the items in the area, you can see that there are a whole bunch of potions. They're currently behind a tempered glass. It's like teal. Behind it, you see a potion of ogre strength. They're all labeled for some reason. Potion of ogre strength, potion of fire breathing, health potion, standard, a superior health potion, and
Is there like a way to like slide open the thing?
Not currently visible.
She tries to grab the health potion.
All right. You
Okay, so
grab the
Yellow
standard health potion. You put your hand through the area, and the crystal structure just spreads apart, and you grab the bottle.
So, Yellow King, what makes you so confident in the elusive man's leadership capabilities that he is going to make a better world?
No,
That
I didn't
you are
say
going
that.
to.
I said he had a drive and is aiming to do so. I did not say he'd make it better. I did not say he would make it worse.
So you just respect drive? Then I really want to stop him really bad. Give me your armband. I have so much drive. Whoa.
Are you guys just not gonna bring up the Black King then?
I'm waiting for it if this doesn't work.
Yeah, we were all given the same mission.
I think because I was asking that as a character.
Yeah, this is as a character.
But you asked us. as a-
Shush now, we are trying to accomplish a mission. We have
Wait,
drive.
I-
That
Yeah,
sounded
when
so
what is it,
condescending.
Rialta?
Nothing.
No, not to you. I was saying that to Sorry, Zia. I forget your character's
Celeste.
name. Celeste. But Rialta, what were you saying? You're muted.
Yeah, I know. Nothing.
Okay. Teal will then state, well, this is really getting us nowhere. Byroth's making her... basically making fun of her, and Celeste really doesn't really understand what's going on. That seems just about fair. Oh, and Raziel, whatever you're doing, I suggest you stop. She probably let you grab one for her own reasons. I suggest you don't drink it. Well, Yellow King, it seems we're at an impasse. I believe we are, but I'm assuming you're here to negotiate for them, as they don't seem to be helpful to one another. That's putting it mildly. We're actually missing one inside of the city. Go ahead, Celeste.
Celeste is just like, well, just if you're negotiating, don't you usually want to be honest with one another? Just seems kind of weird that you're avoiding this subject altogether.
It's called the power play, sweetheart. She pats you on the shoulder. It's perfectly fine if you don't understand. You're still young. What are you, 80 years old? Once you get to 400, you'll understand eventually.
I'm 21.
Alright, non-vampires, sorry. You can see Frost currently grabbing onto his blade. The Yellow King stops him, and he relaxes, but still has his hand on the blade. Alright, what exactly are you here to offer then? Well, we have two things we need to do. One is get the armband, you already know that. Yay, hooray, good for you. Byroth is right, we are here to collect and then go after the elusive man. Well, they are. I'm here for other reasons, but that's neither here or there. Alright, that seems fair enough. And for what do you offer in exchange? She quickly grabs Raziel. Like, quite literally grabs you, Raziel. If you want to stop her, go ahead and roll athletics or acrobatics.
She's not. She's just looking down at her.
Alright. This one here is in the possession of a blade. How about you,
Covers her mouth.
Alright, she still seems to be looking at the Yellow King. Oh, I see. That's quite interesting. Alright, I could probably research the thing. Take a look at it for about an hour. Does that seem fair of a trade enough for you? Looking at Raziel.
Looking at the Yellow King. And then she takes out the Lust Blade.
Give me an hour with the thing, and I'll give you the armband. After all, if his drive is strong enough, I'm sure he can handle your motley crew. It's up to you, Teal states.
She steps forward. She does not let go of the Lust Blade, though.
Well, if you're gonna hold on to it, then follow me to this table.
She's still holding the potion.
That's fine. Teal just mouths, don't drink it.
She puts it on the table. Out of the table.
Yeah. Bird person, what are you doing inside of the city while the hour passes?
I am still resting where I was. I found a comfy spot in the shade of a cart.
That's fair. An hour passes and the awkward sitting down, well, the awkward leaning Raziel had, finishes. Alright, the notes should be doctored and forwarded later on, but that's neither here or there. Alright, she tosses over to Teal. Deal is deal. There's the armband, but you mentioned something about a different thing. Yeah. I don't really know what to offer you this one, though. She does tell you guys, though. The rest of you might want to step back. I don't know how she'll respond to this.
Oh, sorry. She's just generally thinking that she doesn't like being so close. She steps back.
Raziel, do you step back or do you stay cornered?
I want the armband. Instead of giving it to Teal.
She threw it at Teal. If you want the armband, ask Teal for it.
She extends her hand to Teal.
I'm gonna say no. That's what Teal says, by the way. I'm gonna say no.
Then Raziel looks hostile.
Teal just shrugs.
It's just a bloody beacon, Raziel. Just that. It's never.
Now then, the second thing, as you're trying to calm down Raziel. The second thing is, your phylactery. You see her guards currently surrounding her.
But it's sort of like we need it contractual. It doesn't say it has to be full.
Will my old one suffice or the newest one I have? Teal then gets confused. We honestly weren't given that information.
So if it's honestly yours, and it is a phylactery, I'm willing to roll the dice.
It all depends on what the person that assigned you this mission was after. Is it some sort of contingency in order to kill me in this current form, or study the abilities I have?
You know what? They never said.
They really didn't. Celeste, looking towards Celeste, she states, "Oh, by the way, you can form more than one phylactery if you have more than one body, or if you can create more than one body."
Really?
It's
cool.
Very complicated, but yes. Might as well give you this information since you now have at least tidbits of it.
Also, we didn't get specified, so that's up to you, I guess. Didn't really specify a lot to us.
Well, right now I really don't have another body formed, so the phylactery is currently in another room guarded. If it's just an old one, I suppose I can give you the old one I had. The one that made a contract with this body beforehand. That
I'm gambling on that working. I'm not the best with magics. Let me think. Should I make an insight, arcana?
you can make Arcana if you'd like.
Oh boy. Middle of the road.
I will say though, if you're a warlock, you might actually get the information with the lower roll. Maybe. Byroth, you can tell
With the
that
Arcana roll.
you really don't know too much about warlocks, necromancers, or the like. Arcana.
Can I try and roll?
You can all try. Well, except for the bird person, because they're not currently here. I mean, you can go ahead and roll. You just know the information. You just don't tell anyone.
It's a couple of high rollers. Look at us. Look at you guys, team.
For the most part, most of you can understand that a phylactery can be formed more than once. However, it takes time and effort and a whole lot of energy. And life.
But she just said she had 2.
She has more than 2. But that's neither here or there. Her current active one is not in the current room. However, due to the fact that she has an inactive one means that that was the one that was likely prior to this current body. If they didn't specify, it's possible that they just want to study or examine it. That being said, if they studied or examined this phylactery or her current one, it would still give a great amount of information. It's possible that they're trying to do this for another reason, or maybe they're trying to create one for themselves. But it would be a viable option. That being said,
I mean, the other thing, he never said intact phylactery, did he?
it is intact. It's just not active.
Just trying to recall if our specific orders from the Black King were an intact phylactery, or just a phylactery of the Yellow King.
Raza will extend her hand towards the Yellow King.
She picks up a golden coin and... Well, no, this one's silver, sorry. She picks up a silver coin on the desk and states, let's see, this one was my older one. So then, what exactly are you exchanging for it? Teal shrugs. I honestly have nothing. If I had to guess, I'm mainly here to kill these guys if they fail. Yeah, that would explain why you see some hostile. No, I'm always like this. That's fair to say.
I can try and teach you some of my magics if you want.
Well, I can take a look, but that would mean you'd be staying here for some time.
Again, I'm not quite sure what this entire... what's tying us properly.
Let me explain it in a different way. You'll be stuck here, unable to do anything for a while.
Anything? Like even breathing?
You can breathe and speak, but that's basically it. You will consume food and drink, of course, but not at the exact same time.
Don't...
I mean, beyond diamonds and a crystal key, which I don't remember where I got.
I'm not really supposed to tell anyone this, but at the same time, you could be part of the plan. Also, you're so magically bound that I guess she has blessing, or at least acknowledges you. although I don't know how that works with a Patreon. I guess to put it in terms where I don't really break what my secret is, I'm follower of Mistra.
Ah, I see.
I'm on religion.
This would sound strange, but if you are a follower of this one, do you mind, and I suggest you do mind because it can be used against you, presenting me with a drop of blood?
I don't mind, I've already done that with something else this week. She grabs a dagger.
She holds out what appears to be a pastry dish.
Celeste will poke her finger and do a drop of blood and just say, is that enough or do you need more?
No, that's perfectly fine. She flips you the coin.
She
Alright.
catches it.
Alright, I did tell you, so that's perfectly fine. But a deal is a deal. She then states, alright, if you're here to enjoy the festival, feel free to do so. It's still going on, she sighs. For another 4 days. Sorry, 5. She sighs harder. Just don't cause any commotion in my city.
So we can take the body thing and the armband?
She handed one to Teal and one to Celeste. More than welcome to.
I have that bag thingy.
Rauta, you do have the bag thing where the coin needs to go in. But Celeste currently has the coin.
So I'll just hold that out for...
She'll hand over the coin because she's going over to the Yellow King and simply asking if she needs help with whatever she's using the blood for.
Alright.
Magically assist.
You drop the coin in the bag, and Rauta, you feel like the bag weigh something for a quick second, and then it feels like nothing's inside of it. The Yellow King then states, "Oh, I'm currently going on after how your body is currently being affected by Mistra. Seeing if there's any current effects, after effects, and the like. It'll be a while, and I suggest you go elsewhere, because I will be here for some time, at least until tomorrow, while I have to do the whole opening ceremony for tomorrow's celebration."
Okay, I know this is kind of a weird question, but if you find anything of interest, can you also let me know? Because I'm not entirely sure if I have any after effects or anything. I mean, people say I'm weird, but they never really specify why I'm weird. I never know if that's just me or if that's something that's an effect or, you know, that kind of thing.
Jill just comes over. She doesn't... She offhandedly states, it could be both.
I don't talk to people much.
Same here. That's out of choice. But the Yellow King then states, well, this is long-term research. If you decide to come back, you can come back and I can give you some findings. But that would be another exchange of information or some sort of item.
Okay then, I'll try and see if I can find anything if I come back then. She just literally just heads out and waves goodbye like a very cheerful person.
You're all basically outside of the building now. Who has a passive perception of 20 in the current room?
15.
19.
I'll shorten it down to 19.
10.
Relta, you can hear Frost currently speaking with the Yellow King as you're outside the door. Are you sure that was wise? No, but if I had to wager, things are going to get interesting. Right now he's alone. and he was gonna call for us in a day or two. So he's likely has his guard down, and he doesn't seem to be the same man he once was before. So better to kill or have him weakened down in case we have to deal with him later. Fine. Oh, don't give me that. I know what you wanted to do. I'm just saying, I did miss one in my village. And she was right there. Oh, it's perfectly fine. If you want to go hunting her down, marry her or the like, you can, but we still have the village parties to attend to. So I'm afraid that I'll have to wait for a week. Fine. Now, give me some tea while I get started on this. If you say so. And you hear footsteps not going towards you, but towards kind of where Raziel was. And that's basically the conversation.
That was a scary conversation.
It's a creepy one.
Yeah. So are they trying to hurt the elusive man too?
You can tell that not hurting him, but you can tell that his resolve or some sort of action he's currently doing might not be the same as when they once started. So if for some reason or another they do have to make or act against him, they'd rather have them weaker than strong.
I'll tell my group what I heard about all that. And the stuff about my village.
Teal will then state, "Yeah, he sounds messed up. I suggest you don't date him."
No, it's creepy.
What's the surprise? All the quote-unquote kings of untold kingdoms are just creeps. Except for the Red King guy, he was okay, but he was too into punching. It's too much.
I don't see the problem with the Yellow King. She seemed nice enough.
No, I was talking specifically about Frost being creepy.
Celeste, you can tell that Teal picked up your frog and is doing the same thing Relta's doing. But Teal would then state, yeah. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I can tell from the Yellow King that she's only doing things for what she wants to do. Honestly, she probably would have killed us if we didn't show any merit towards our resolve, or had anything to offer her. My money's on if she would likely kill Raziel first. And Frost, she looks towards Rauta, indicating that's the name, right?
Yeah.
And Frost would probably go after you. She then goes towards the building you guys started at. So, we heading back? And does anyone know where the bird person is?
She was over there last time I saw her.
Let's see. I think Ramon called her Mixie. She then shouts out, "Hey, Mixie's bird, we're going!" No response?
No.
Raggio pushes Teal in the room.
The door's
Celeste.
closed.
Raggio opens the door and pushes Teal in the room.
Yeah, Celeste will go and try and see if she can re-find the bird person. Since we are leaving.
Okay, TL was gonna step in anyway, so you just push her, making her move 5 feet more. She just put the frog down before entering the door, though. Okay, Celeste, I'm assuming you're looking the last spot you saw her?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, you did say you were lying down and resting? Would that indicate sleeping or just resting?
looking up at the stars.
Okay. Then I guess you just easily find her. She's behind a few boxes, but nothing blocking eyesight, just behind them. On the cart.
Celeste will give like a gentle poke to her arm and just say, "Oh, we're leaving. Are you gonna follow us?" Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your rest.
Looks confused. Looks around. Why are we leaving all the shinies? Are we going to more? Is there more? And she's gonna start wandering to a random direction, thinking that's where we're going.
Celeste would, if she's walking in a random direction, she would just gently grab her arm and just go, "Oh no, we're going this way." Yeah. I guess there's shiny things at home.
And I will follow.
Alright. Going back to the shopkeeper's wares. It's okay, and basically just pushes her further in. Raz looks at the group. Oh, welcome! Oh, it's you guys again. Didn't you already come here?
Shush now, we've spent much money in your shop. You should be grateful for return customers. Also, your attitude has changed my opinion. We are not return customers. We will leave now, in a flash of light.
Okay, whatever, weirdo. Stop using my building to move.
Shakes
Stop alienating potential customers.
Razia, what were you saying?
Shakes head.
A few minutes later. Bird person, because you've never given me a name, and I'm not sure if that's the name.
I gave a name. I gave lots of names.
Yes, but I'm not going to choose any of those. But I will say it once. Itsy, shiny, noir, sticky, beak. That's the last time you'll probably hear that.
Isn't what they said the name was? They said they've been called those things.
Okay.
Hence, bird person.
Well, on the information you had on here, I saw no indication of a name. But that's fine. Maybe I'm overlooking it. Wait, where did it go? Stop. Okay. Why can't I now compress your character? There we go. Sorry about that. Roll20 was being difficult. Anyways, Celeste and companion enter back inside. Baroth, you make the call?
Is everybody here?
Yes.
Then yes.
Razia has one hand on Teal's shoulder.
Teal looks creeped out, but doesn't do anything.
Okay, mission accomplished surprisingly smoothly. Bring us back. Is it Travis?
It was Will. I'm not sure who Travis is. I think there was an NPC named Travis, but it's not this one.
We've never met anyone in this game named Travis.
The next one.
Never.
Hi, my name's Travis.
Imposter.
You were only gone for a few hours, but because you were only gone for a few hours, Mixie and her team have yet to leave for their mission.
Amateurs. Amateurs.
I mean that, and Will had to make sure to teleport you guys back. Will then states, welcome back. So soon. It only took you a few hours, I suppose. Ramon then states, we were waiting for Will to recharge to send the other team out, but Looks like you'll have to wait 24 hours. Will then states, just a quick 8-hour nap. All right. Looking towards the team. How did it go?
Mission complete.
Aye.
Surprisingly well.
She seems nice.
Getting a lot of mixed signals from all then states.
All I said was mission complete.
Right.
Yeah, no complaints. We did it. We got the stuff.
Yeah, that's true. He just expected like chaos, rampant fighting. One of you being
She's
dead again.
She seems like a really powerful warlock. Well, far beyond a warlock. I'm really curious about her. I hope we can go back and meet her.
I hope next time we meet her, she's dead at the end of the sword.
The good thing is, it seems none of these kings actually trust the elusive man. Probably because he's so elusive and
I
untrustworthy.
Not given.
suppose. Regardless of that, do you have the armband? Teal then goes, yeah, here. She hands it to Ramon. Right. Will, do you mind? I don't mind, but I can't teleport them today. That's fair. He then hands Will the armband. He does his usual magic, and then it turns into a vibrant red. Afterwards, all three armbands begin to synchronize with each other. Let's see, who had the armbands? Let's see, one's in the house that's currently lost because they decided to hide it somewhere. Will has one in his hand, and I think Byroth has one.
Did I have? Sure. I don't know.
I
I
think.
know I thought I had.
Yeah. I honestly don't know.
I'm just gonna say, yeah. I'm just gonna say, Rialta has it. So the people with armbands then synchronize together. Will, Rialta, and a rat that's currently chewing on the arm that's inside the house can see a temple inside, far away in the distance. In fact, if a certain individual was still here, they would be able to identify the exact insides of the temple. But for you, Rialta, you see this. Everyone else is going to see it too, but technically Rialta is the only one that has information other than Will and that rat.
You can just drag her thing there and just show her only.
Nah.
Yatsa speaks in tongues as her eyes give out a vibrant light, and she describes what she sees.
She can also just describe what she sees without that weird indication.
Fine.
Ignore that portal.
No.
Well, it's not supposed to be there yet. You have yet to arrive. I just was not sure.
Oh, then I will ignore it then.
There we go.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I was trying to look through my notes really quick. So I'm seeing this because we put all the bands together.
Yes.
Okay.
All the bands have been activated, and they're all in the same area. Currently, you see what appears to be an old keep of a strange make and model. You're not exactly sure how old this is. 3. There's 3. I suppose if there is a 4th one, the elusive man would have it. I mean, you can meet the White King eventually, but it's not for this. Looking around, you see the tombstones crumbling and falling apart. You see the man just currently alone. You do see that there's sounds echoing in the distance. Maybe some guards are hidden somewhere, but right now he seems pensive and distracted. As we go back to home base.
So I just saw like a glimpse of that, right?
Yes. Alright, that should be enough information for me to teleport you there. However, did you tell Will what you Ralta, did you tell Will the information that you overheard?
Yeah.
Based on the information you gave me, however, it will have to be either today or tomorrow. According to the Yellow King, based on your information, they're likely to be called within the week. So if we don't act soon, we will likely not be able to find them again. If you're all ready to go, I'm afraid I can't bring you there. But I can... Ramon, do you still have the device still operational? More or less. It will require a power source, but beyond that, I can teleport them there, but I can't teleport them back. So if they do go, they'll have to make sure they survive for at least another 8 hours for you to bring them back. Alright. Well, here's the thing. Will then states to you. For some time, Ramon has been working on a teleportation device. More or less. He's basically crafted a stone and infused my spell into it. I can teleport you... The device can teleport you there, but we just need a power source to activate it. However, you will need to make sure you win, survive, or last 8 hours in order for me to bring you back. Otherwise, we can wait the night and then see if they're still there tomorrow.
We should be there for 2 days. Alone.
This is just the information I'm offering you now.
That's what I'm saying, we're not doing it today.
Get ready for tomorrow then.
Alright. I'm gonna go out. Takes one of the small pies. And eat this. Oops. Token later. I'm gonna take the whole map with me.
Pie.
Will, too much magic there, bud. No.
Too much pie. You took the biggest pie. Who's making these pies?
In this case, it was tallow.
Son of a bitch, I'll destroy him.
Most of them are berry pies, by the way.
Terrible.
It's what his
And
rations are.
PTSD giving.
Mm.
I'm making my own food
Okay.
for the next 3 hours.
Is Ramon busy doing something?
Right now he's eating, but no.
Celeste will just simply go over and just, I also gave the other king a drop of my blood. I don't know if you need to know that, but for future.
She
She did say,
Go ahead.
well, she did say that, like, oh, you might be hesitant because it can be used against you, but it's mostly trying to figure out what exactly I am.
Well, you can do that. It's entirely up to you. But they are right. It could be used against you in any form of multiple ritual magics. But if you trust her, no, he would say them. If you trust them, then I suppose that'd be your choice. However, I do advise caution on giving people parts of you, if that makes sense.
She nods and she's just like, also, do you know about me? Because you seem to know the head. I don't know if they told you about me or not.
I know bits here and there. I don't know the entire story, but once you left, your governing benefactor did call me to make sure that you were safe.
Okay. I just didn't know if I should have explained a situation since you guys are part of the plan, or if you already knew. I don't really know who knows. Kind of not up for me to tell people.
That is fair to say. But if I am part of... He doesn't put up air quotes, but you see he was about to. I don't know if Celeste would understand that meaning. But he would state, if I am part of the plan, then I would either know it or I do not. And maybe that's also part of the plan?
She kind of shrugs and she's just like, it's kind of complicated. A lot of people don't seem to know. Initially, I guess I'm the only one that really knows when it's a thing or not, but even then I don't know a lot.
That's fair to say. He then looks towards the rest of the group and turns the intercom on low, so even the current baker can hear. Alright, you have the night to rest, relax, and make sure you survive tomorrow. Do any preparations you need to do, any meal plans you have to make ready for, or anything else you need to set. This may be your final mission, or it may be your final moments. This is either to make sure that Haven is safe and everyone else is safe, or we wind up losing everything. I don't exactly know what this elusive man wants, but right now we still need to stop him. Regardless of what his intentions are, this mission might be your last. As we end the session for today.
Damn it, I was